What's up YouTube, it's Louis. I'm finally back with another Hbar video. It has been a while, but nothing much to say because, well, back then. But if you want to be kept up to date with what's going on in the crypto market, you must watch my Bitcoin videos. If you watch my Bitcoin videos, then you know what's going to happen with your crypto. If I don't make a video on your crypto, please watch the Bitcoin videos. If Bitcoin's losing support and I say it's going down, expect Hbar, whatever coin that you're in, to also go down. So, please to support the channel, even if I'm not making the video on a crypto because I'm teaching or I just don't have the time, then yeah, I'd appreciate if you could also watch and help share the Bitcoin videos. Again, please go over and check today's Bitcoin update because I'm specifically saying if we lose this level, we're going down more and the bottom is not going the bottom is not in, and I'll go through that in today's Hbar update. But I can give you a definitive answer with Bitcoin. We're going to get into what that answer is, what level that is, that we do not want to see Hbar losing going forward. To keep this bullish continuation, we need to hold this specific level, and let's get into that. Hope you guys enjoyed today's update. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and don't forget to leave a like and a comment, and please share the video. So when I last left you off, I was saying this is now our technical target because we had so actually what had happened, I remember. So when I left you off, I think we were over here because we had this fake out. I remember saying we were below the 55. So even though we closed above this double bottom over here, this being your neckline, this being the second bottom, and then your breakout over here to the technical target. Yes, it was not met. We'll get into that in a second. But you can see we had this breakout validating the pattern. It means that now that we're above this purple line, which is 7.4, or let's just, 7.4 cent. Now we're above 7.4 cent. We should expect this 1.272 target of about 9 cent. This is what we should expect. But we know in trading, nothing is guaranteed. And so we need to be aware of the manipulation. Manipulation does not mean technical analysis doesn't work. It does not mean you should only focus on fundamentals. I can show you 1 million examples of where if you just solely relied on fundamentals, you will lose your money. But and you don't want to trade those events because you don't know what the outcome can be. You can think something's going to be good for the dollar, for example. The news comes out and it's actually bad for the dollar, and you had your buys and then it actually went down and then you lost. So this is why I use technical analysis, and I do already know myself nothing here works 100%, so I'm not caught off guard because I'm also preparing for all the scenarios. So when you do get a breakout, there's two types of traders: breakout traders and pullback traders. So if you're a breakout trader, you would have entered this trade and you could have got a nice amount of gains going all the way up until 8 cent, from 7.3 to 8 cent. So a nice little gain, and without leverage that would have been 11%. So amazing if you were a breakout trader. But if you wanted to continuously hold this trade, if you had not taken profit at 11% and you continuously held this trade, you can see if you eventually did not hold this neckline as support and you fell back under it. Now that is a negative statement in itself, because by losing this neckline of the W pattern, which we broke out of, validating the target, it basically means because we broke back under and we rejected the 55 daily, this is an extremely bearish sign, because the 55 EMA, what I teach to my students is as the double brick wall. This is going to tell you your trend direction, and I'm going to go in the past to show you. So you can see over here, when we came down in this, we were in this uptrend holding. Can you see we were holding this orange line every time? We were holding this purple one, but if we ever lost the purple, we bounced off the orange. Can you see we bounced off the orange? If we ever lost the purple, we bounced off the orange. Every time you bounce off the orange, that's why I call it the double brick wall. This is what's clinching on for dear life, keeping you in an uptrend basically. But if we ever lose it, we know we're going to come to the 200, and if you lose that, you know you're in a downtrend, guaranteed on the daily. So we lost the 200, guaranteed downtrend on the daily. Just need to see the other EMAs back tested as resistance, and look what's acting as our double brick wall, that final layer of defense. Like here, the final layer of defense before losing it, downtrend. Here, trying to go up, this is the final layer of defense before an uptrend. So this is what we need to see. This is, in this case, because the 200 is under, when the 200 is above, that is the final layer of defense. So the 200 EMA is your trend direction. So if you're below it, bearish; if you're above it, bullish. If we are bullish, if we are above the 200 EMA, you can see a lot of the time it doesn't touch this 200 EMA. So this is why I use these other two, 20 and 55, and those are like the closer ones following. And I know, okay, if we're holding this 55, we're definitely continuing. Going to the 200 is sort of a heart attack moment because you could be losing the trend, but you can't just bounce off it. You see how you bounced off it but failed to get above the EMAs. If you got above the EMAs, we would have actually continued up. But because we held the 55 as resistance, look what we were doing, holding the 55 as support, continuing. But now we're holding it as resistance, we're going to continue down basically. So that's what's happening. We got above it there. That's very bullish that we got above the 55, but can't forget that 200 EMA is that final layer of defense before the whole trend changes. So getting above the 55 is like, in the short term now we're going to go up. But the final layer is that 200, and that's the trend direction. That's the trend setter. So if we're below it, unfortunately, even if we are above the 20 and the 55, signaling we should go up at least in the short term, knowing the 200 is above us, that would be like a take profit area if you want to buy trade basically, because there's no guarantees you're going to pierce through that. You're going to get a reaction if you held there and could have gone again, but you didn't. So we continued down, but I just wanted to show you how negative doing these fake outs or holding it as resistance is. And we saw that over here, you held it as resistance as I just shown you, and so that should mean lower lows. And did you do that? No, you actually held the 20, broke above the 55, validating that pattern again. When we broke below, you invalidated the target. By breaking back above, you validated the target. This is what I'm trying to get at, that trading is very difficult and very emotional, and that technical analysis is not guaranteed, okay? But it doesn't mean that it's bullshit at the same time, because you need to understand that there's validation and invalidation points, and holding the 20 is a continuation moving average, so technically still bullish. Although in the short term you invalidated this target, you were still bullish by holding it, and so you actually got it back above this purple line, held it support, validating this 1.272 target. So what should have happened is this continuation to this target. Did we see that? No. However, this was the level where I was actually anticipating big resistance, and then if we've gone over to my Bitcoin videos, that resistance would have been 27k. Yes, we only got to 25 and a bit. We were anticipating 27k. I explained exactly why in the video today, so go over to that. And I also was saying from the bomb, when we do hit this 27k resistance, we didn't hit it, we hit 25 and then it came down, but I was saying once we do peak, we're going to see a 20 to 30% dip. Now let's go check out what HBAR has done since then. 28, so 20 to 30% dip, but I meant in terms of Bitcoin. That means that means HBAR could actually go lower. But again, remember, today's video was to show you the level that we do not want to lose at all costs, and right here it's this level here, this wick. You cannot afford to lose this wick. It's this area of support here. You at all costs do not want to lose this. If you lose this, you know we're going to get this continuation back down to somewhere where we did not want to go whatsoever. Back down to this wick, which is the price of 0.45 cents, so 4.5 cent, I'd like to say. So if you're holding this as support, which right now we are above, that's good. But obviously losing it, very negative. I'll zoom out in a second. I just want to carry on over here. Pardon me, guys, but we can get rid of all of these now. Look at it a bit better. So I'm going to use some fibs from the low to the highest point. You have this 618 here. This is the level you don't want to lose, where you start to create this reversal wave. So by losing this box, you started to create the reversal wave. So not something that you actually want to see. What should have happened here is this is your impulse. Sorry about that, guys, some helicopters above the house, but this was your retracement, and right here is where you want to find support before you continue and you break this high over here. But that is not what happened. But we're always prepared for both scenarios, because this over here is the retracement before continuation, but by losing this support you've created a reversal wave. And now if we lose this 1 fib level, if we close below this wick, remember this is the wick we can't lose, if we're closing below 5.7 cent, then this is when we're going to see further targets to the downside. Remember, I told you the target is this wick. Look at the fibs. I told you this was the target before the fibs. I put the fibs on, it is also the target. So we have some confluence. It basically means like another thing. Add this second thing as a confirmation that if we lose this, that is going to happen. Basically, that's what confluence means. So 1618, 4.5 cent. If we go to the monthly, if you remember, if you've been on the channel for a while following the HBAR videos, you know this is the level I said at all costs you do not want to lose. Why? Because from this low over here, this was your first impulse all the way up to here, right? And a lot of people saying, no, you cannot lose 8.3 cent. No, I want to look at the closes, and the closes, the highest closes there, 4.5 cent. If you close below that, you've invalidated Elliott wave theory. And Elliott wave theory is a theory that there's 5 waves in a trend. So here we have 1, the impulse here, but the close is there. I'll just put it to the close. Wave 2 pullback, wave 3. Wave 3 is your largest wave, basically. Wave 4 pullback, the same thing as this wave 2, just on a, like it looks larger, but you do not want to cross over this wave 1. And at the moment with the closes, you can see we have not crossed it over. So as long as we're remaining above this wave 1 high, 4.5 cent. And how do we avoid 4.5 cent? Hold that low, which I showed you today's video. And if you do, we can see this wave 5 going higher. So let me show you that low again. And if you lose that low, where are we going again? So that low is 5.7 cent. Hold above 5.7 cent and you will not see 4.5. Lose that, you're going to 4.5. Okay, simple as that. And again, at all costs, you don't want to lose 4.5. That's going to invalidate this final 5th wave to the upside. You're going to get some nasty multi-year bear market. No point whatsoever having money in crypto. And yeah, if that happens, we'll go forward. But again, follow day to day the Bitcoin updates. It's literally more important than this. And I'm saying that as if, let's say you have 100% of your money in HBAR, your crypto money, and 0 in Bitcoin. I'd still say follow the Bitcoin chart more than HBAR, because that is the mothership of crypto. Thank you guys so much. Please like, subscribe, comment, and please share the video. Thank you guys.